it's Isabella here, and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be another tier ranking. I'm really liking doing these, so for now we're going to be doing those. Today it's going to be me tier ranking all the Marvel Cinematic Universe villains. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. It's going to be long.
Alright guys, so we're gonna start this the same way we start every tier ranking, and that's by going over the categories. This one's not gonna have as many categories because I just want to do like 3 main tiers. So first tier is love and hate amazing villains. Basically the ones that I hate because they're so good at being bad and they do terrible things. But then also, I love how, I just love their characters. I love how, evil they are. And it's just, I love and hate them for the evil that they do. Then there's good, which are basically the normal, good, villains that are doing their job, but they're not my absolute favorite. And then forgettable is just the ones that's, if you ask me about all the Marvel villains that I know, these will not come up in my brain because they are so forgettable. So yeah, I've divided this whole thing into 2 sections. That's why there's a blank here. All of these are either characters that I do not know or I don't remember because it's been so long. And some of them also aren't considered villains, so I'm not going to go through all of these to save on time. But yeah, we're gonna start from this point up and leave all of these at the bottom alone so we save time. But yeah, so if anything's missing, that's why. Yeah, we'd be here all day if I did all of these. So let's get started. This is one of Thanos' generals, if I'm not mistaken, and I feel like these guys were kind of forgettable. If you ask me about characters that are villains from the MCU, and you ask me to name them, I would not name this guy. So, yeah, forgettable. Namor from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Black Panther just has the chef's kiss of villains. These movies always have the best villains that I just love and hate. So obviously he's going in the love and hate amazing tier. He's my favorite, one of my favorite MCU villains. He's just trying to do right by his people and try to protect his people, and I can get behind that and understand that, but I also hate his guts for killing you know who. So yeah, not very happy about that, very upset, but I like him. And I also hate his guts, so there you go. Miss Minutes from Loki. I don't know if she really played a villain role that much, but she was just good, I'd say. She was fun. She also tried to manipulate Loki and Sylvie with the promise of a better life, which I felt was And then she tried to manipulate freaking Ravonna Renslayer and Victor Timely. So, very mischievous Miss Minutes, but I like her. Malekith from Thor the Dark World. This guy, very forgettable. Very forgettable, but the fact that I remembered his name, but that's because he killed, also, you know who, someone else, but still killed somebody very important to us people in the MCU, and I will never forgive him for that. But he wasn't a good villain. Besides that, he didn't really do anything that amazing to make me like him. Or hate, I guess I dislike him, but I don't know. Maybe, no. Good is controversial. That would be stupid. But yeah, I guess forgettable. I wouldn't name him as my top. So, yeah. This girl, I can't remember if she's from Secret Invasion or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But yeah, I remember her and her gang of, like, I don't know what you'd call them. Revolutionaries or something like that. I felt like they were forgettable-ish. In the moment when I was watching the show, I was like, these people are a bit fierce. But if someone asked me about the villains, I wouldn't even mention this person. I don't even know her name. So, yeah. Next is Gore the God Butcher. This guy terrified me in Thor Love and Thunder. So I'm going to put him in the good category because he was a good villain. Another villain that gives all these Asgardians a run for their money and just the gods in general. Very intimidating dude. Next is this guy. I forget his name. Ugh, I know he's from Doctor Strange. Yeah. I felt like he was a good villain, but maybe not the best. But yeah, he had his reasons for betraying everybody. Of course, this is the picture of the alternate version of him, but we're gonna pretend this is the version of him from the actual, I guess you can call it, sacred timeline? Anyway. This guy, I know he's from Iron Man, but I don't remember his name or anything about him, so we're just gonna put in forgettable because, yikes, that character, it's not someone that comes up in my head. This one's Scourge from Thor, and, I don't remember which movie it was, the name, but yeah, he wasn't really a villain, he more, like, just worked for the villain, but he had an arc, and I kind of liked him. But if you were going to ask me about Marvel villains, this guy wouldn't come to mind. So, yeah. This is the doctor who worked for Hydra, and I believe he was the one who came up with the new super soldier serum to give to Bucky. I absolutely despise this guy, so he's going in good villains because Diabolical Man, oh my god, I really dislike this guy, and that's the sign of a good villain. He does some pretty awful shit. This guy, I don't remember what character he is, so he's probably a very forgettable villain if I can't even remember his name. This guy, I also don't know his name, so I felt like he was forgettable in the new Captain America movie. I know what movies these guys are from, some of them, but I just don't remember them. The Doctor Strange from Multiverse of Madness, this evil guy was a different version of him, and I felt like he was spooky. If he was, like, allowed to do damage, I'm pretty sure he would be a really good villain. But since he didn't really do much damage, I'm gonna put him in forgettable. I just don't think of this guy. These characters. Don't remember what this guy's from. So I'm gonna say forgettable. This girl's from Miss Marvel. Don't like her. Forgettable. This guy's from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Forgettable. Charles Xavier's sister. I don't remember her name, but she's from Deadpool and Wolverine, which is now, I guess, canon in the MCU. So, yeah, she's definitely scary with what she can do. She's a force to be reckoned with. She's not my favorite, but she's not forgettable. So I say she was a good villain, but I'll put her at the end of the list because she's not my favorite. The Sandman from the Spider-Man movies. I felt like he was forgettable in that film. He wasn't the most memorable of the villains in that movie. So, yeah, put him there. This guy, I don't remember if he's from Iron Man also, or if he's from Captain America, one of the Captain America movies. But, yeah, I feel like this guy was forgettable-ish. Like, I don't think about this guy ever. Jeff Goldblum, he did the Grandmaster in Thor. And I did not think of this character at all after that movie. Next is, oh yeah, what's this character's name? He has 2 names, but I only remember his Wakandan one. Indijaka. I think that's his name. And I loved him. Again, another Black Panther villain. This guy, I kind of understood what he was trying to do, but at the same time, he was going about it in the very bad, wrong way. So I did not agree with what he was doing, and I absolutely loved, though, the way that he, like, felt like a real villain. Like, he took over Wakanda. He did, like, so much bad shit, and I hated him for it. But at the same time, I also really loved him. And, yeah, he's going in my top favorites of all time in Marvel, and you can't argue with me about that. Alright, next is another guy from Iron Man, and I believe this guy was a bit of a threat from what I remember, so I'm gonna put him, like, here in the good, but, like, towards the end. I don't remember his name, so it's like, oof, was he that good? Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This guy's from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'd say he's pretty forgettable. I don't even remember him. Oh boy, I forgot his name too, but he's also from Spider-Man. I felt like his character in the movie was also a bit forgettable. So, yeah. Wasn't the best representation of his character, that movie. But that was his only appearance in the MCU, so I'm judging him based on that. Next is Loki, and you guys know Loki is top tier favorite of all time villain / anti-hero. This guy, oh, I love him. I love his character. I love his charisma. And I love watching him cause mayhem. It's just so much fun. So it's like, and this poor guy is a poor tortured soul. All of these villains, really, who are my favorites, are tortured souls. But anyway, yeah, Loki, top tier. No questions asked. Thanos. Definitely a really good villain, but I wouldn't put him as my favorite of all time. Just because I just hated him. I hated all the evil he was doing. So he was a good villain, but I didn't love him. So he's not like my favorite. But he definitely, the whole genocide and all that stuff definitely makes him a really bad son of a gun. Another guy who's trying to do good for the universe, but doing it through bad means. And so, do not like him for that. This character from the Marvels, was a threat, but I don't feel like she was a good enough villain that I would name her if I was asked on the spot about Marvel villains, like which ones I remember off the top of my head. So I'd say put her on a little bit more at the top of forgettable. So she's like a little, like these, it goes from least forgettable to like most forgettable. That's how I like to do my tier rankings. So yeah, but yeah, so she wasn't good, but like basically she wasn't forgettable, but kind of like in the in-between kind of. So yeah, Zemo. I don't really think about Zemo, sadly. He has a good story. I felt bad for him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but he's not really a good villain. He's not really like anyone I would mention. These guys from, I think they're from Miss Marvel as well. Don't like them, don't care about them, they're forgettable. This guy, I don't even remember him. That's how forgettable he is. I recognize what he looks like, but I don't even know his name. Okay, this guy from Ant-Man. He was threatening, but very much just a crybaby who was upset that his father figure, like, just wouldn't take him seriously, and I felt like he was just a whiny baby. So, yeah, he was a bit scary when he was going after Ant-Man's daughter. Like, the poor little girl was terrified, but he's not someone I would mention. I'll put him up higher because he's less forgettable than the rest, but it's not great either. Her, I recognize her, but I really don't remember, so forgettable. This guy's from Iron Man. I don't remember his name either, but his son was just revealed in a TV show, which was great. And yeah, I felt he was a good villain in Iron Man. I felt he was scary. Definitely. An evil little crook, but yeah, I just hated his guts. I did not like him at all, but he was a good villain. This guy from the TVA, he was in Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine, and he was kind of forgettable as well. Put him a little higher because he was trying to revert the TVA back to a better way, to the way it was before. And we're all like, we want free will. Stop trying to take it away from us. Okay, this guy, I remember the cult leader from Moon Knight. I'd say he was a good manipulator. And I really liked him. So I'm going to put him over here in the good category. Really, you wouldn't see a villain by looking at him. But that makes him a good villain. Like, this guy has some secrets up his sleeve. And the lizard guy from, I don't remember his name either. I'm blanking on the names of some of these. And some of them I do know, but they're just not coming to me. But yeah. I know he's one of the doctors. They're all doctors, these people. But yeah, I felt like he was forgettable in the Spider-Man movie. Bucky Barnes. Poor Bucky. He didn't really have a choice to be a villain. They fucked with his brain, and the poor guy. We all feel bad for Bucky, but he was terrifying when he was a villain. So I'm going to put him in the good category because he was terrifying in Captain America the Winter Soldier. He was tour de force, this guy. Man. Ugh. Scarlet Witch / Wanda Maximoff. We put in favorite. I like her as a hero and a villain, but yeah, her villain side was badass. She really lost it in Multiverse of Madness, and I was there for it. She was terrifying. I was so scared for America Chavez, but I also, I hate what Wanda was trying to do, but I also just love her, and I understand her, and she's one of my faves. Alright, Mysterio from also Spider-Man. This guy was a really good villain. Didn't see it coming. He made me so angry. This guy, I just wanted him to drop dead. So yeah, I really disliked him. Was super mad at him for freaking manipulating a child. Like, what a jerk. So, he's going in good. He did the good villain role. And he revealed Spider-Man's secret identity. So, good on you, sir. This guy, I believe, was from Secret Invasion. But he was forgettable. I don't really remember him. Maybe other people think he was good. Me, I'm just like, nope, he doesn't come to mind when I think of villains. Yes, we have our favorite witch, or second favorite witch, I would say, Agatha Harkness. She was a very, very badass, character and villain at the end of WandaVision. I was really terrified of her, and I really hated her at the beginning. I would have put her in good if you had asked me, a few years ago, but now that I've seen the Agatha show, I actually love her and hate her. And I'm just kind of like, this character is so much more than just black and white, A lot of these characters here are more than black and white, and that's why I absolutely adore them. And she's just so much to her that people don't see. This guy from Doctor Strange, I would say he was good, but not like great. I'll put him up here. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about him. This guy, I don't even know his name, forgettable. This guy from Captain Marvel, he pissed me off beyond belief. And not pissed me off in I love you way. Pissed me off like in I hate you and you're gonna go in very good villains because you lying jerk, manipulating freaking Carol Danvers. This guy, I absolutely hated his freaking guts. Ugh. The way he was using her pissed me off. This guy. Ugh. This guy's also from Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange handled him so well that I don't feel like he's memorable at all. Yeah. The Miss Marvel villain, I don't remember her name even. That's how forgettable she is. I'm gonna put her, I guess, over here because I don't really even think about her. He Who Remains / well, Kang the Conqueror's over here. They're two different versions of each other, but yeah. He Who Remains, one of my all-time favorites. Hate what he's doing, or what he was doing with the sacred timeline and taking away free will, but also loved his attitude and loved that he was trying to keep things in order and he was trying to do bad things for the right reasons, and also he was just a fun character. I dug him. So, I felt like I loved him and hated him amazing. Next is Namora from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Yeah, she's Namora's cousin. But I felt like she was not forgettable, but like she was more of a sidekick. So I don't know if I'd put her, I don't know. I'll put her at the top of forgettable because she's like not forgettable, but she's not good either. She's just like an in-between. This guy from Spider-Man, ugh. And he was in Miss Marvel also. He loves to like turn people like against like heroes and try to make these heroes seem like bad guys, and I absolutely despise him. So he's gonna go in the good category because he's doing a good job at making me angry at every single thing he does. Like this guy was going after freaking Peter Parker when it was revealed he was Spider-Man, and I was just so fed up with this ass. So yeah, go there. Okay, Norman Osborn. I felt like he wasn't really a main villain in the Spider-Man movie. So again, I felt like he was a little bit forgettable. If I was ranking like the Tobey Maguire villains, I would put him in the top tier. But for right now, I'm going to put him with Namora at the top of forgettable. They're like the least forgettable. So I'm going to put him at the top. Hela, Thor's sister. She was a bad mamma jamma. She was a real threat to Asgard. Talk about threats. This lady was terrifying. So, yeah, I'm going to put her in the good category. Very powerful, very temperamental. Yeah. Then we have Kang the Conqueror from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Top tier. I like Kang a lot. I really loved him being played by Jonathan Majors. He was really imposing and scary, and you really felt just if he got out of the quantum realm, things would have been very bad. So yeah, and he was willing to freaking like do whatever he could to freaking get out of there, willing to kill people. But at the same time, I was just like, I love how bad you're being. Like, yes. But I also wanted him to lose because I was afraid for the MCU if he got out. But at the same time, loved watching him be evil. This guy's also Thanos's, One of Thanos' goons. Another forgettable. Oh, Valentina. She's going in love and hate. Amazing. Because I love how bad she is, but I also hate all the bad stuff she does. It makes me so angry, and I just want to punch her in the face. Like, I just watched Thunderbolts, and I'm like, these like, Thunderbolts better, like, give her a run for her money. They better, like, get her back, because I'm so fed up of this lady getting away with everything. Like, in Wakanda, I was just so mad. This girl is so, ugh. Anyway, Ultron. Very terrifying guy. Very ominous. Put him in good, because he was a very good villain. Thank God we had Vision. This guy was terrifying. AI is just horrifying in general. Red Skull. Forgettable. I don't think of this guy pretty much at all. Okay, this is Atuma from Black Panther Wakanda Forever as well. Again, I'm going to put him with Namora over here, up here, in the forgettable, but like at the top, so it's less forgettable, because he wasn't super developed, but he wasn't super underdeveloped. But yeah, don't really think of him that often. John Walker, Timu Captain America. He wasn't really a villain, but he also wasn't, I don't know, he wasn't good and he wasn't forgettable, so I'm going to put him like over here above Atuma, because I hated this guy. Actually, put him in good, just a little lower than everyone else. Because I absolutely hated this guy and everything he was doing towards the end. He went completely off the rocker, and I was just so furious watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier because of this guy. So, yeah. Okay, this guy's also from Black Panther, Ulysses Claw, but I feel like he's forgettable. And put him higher up because he's less forgettable than the other ones, but don't really care for this guy. And then this guy from the newest Captain America. I don't even remember his name. He was also less forgettable than the other ones, but I don't know. I'll put him at the top. I think he had good motivations. I think that, yeah, if someone hurt you that badly, of course you're going to want to get vengeance. But I didn't feel like he was a standout. Then you have Laufey from Thor. He was a good-ish villain. More Loki was the villain of that movie-ish. But I like the Frost Giants. And I felt the scare of their size of their army. And I was just like, I really like these characters. Even though they didn't really play much of a role, I liked him. This guy, I think he's a Celestial. But we didn't get to see the Celestials do that much in the MCU, so I feel like they're kind of forgettable right now, but I'll put them at like the top here. Not as forgettable as the rest, but forgettable, not the same. All the same. Green Goblin from the latest Spider-Man, yes. Good. He's a really good villain. This guy, he was whining and dining. This guy was so evil, and I just hated him for what he did to poor Peter. Ugh. Terrible, terrible dude. Totally don't like him. This guy, another one of, I guess, Thanos' goons. Forgettable. Ravonna Renslayer. next to Kang, I think she is definitely, like, a character that I hate all the bad shit she's doing, and she's, like, trying to cover up everything at the TVA and trying to protect the sacred timeline, even though it's all bullcrap and taking away everyone's free will. And it's just like, I hated her for that, but I also really loved her as a villain and loved seeing her on screen, so she's definitely up there for me. Okay, Squidward from Infinity War. This guy was terrifying, but I think I'll just put him over here. His powers were terrifying, but that was pretty much it. But yeah, he was the most imposing of all of Thanos' sidekicks. And this guy, what was his name? I know he's a god, but he was a terrible, evil son of a gun. But I don't really think about this guy, so I'm gonna put him up on the list. But I don't really think about this guy. He was a good villain, but he was also forgettable to me. Like, this guy was just a total jerk, and he doesn't care for anyone or anything, and I just didn't care for him. So, yeah. Serta, forgettable. He was in Thor Ragnarok, and I didn't like him. Yelena as a villain, I really dug her. She's like one of my favorites also. But I don't know if I'd put her in Love and Hate Amazing, but she's definitely up there. I'll put her next to Thanos over here. I really enjoyed her. I understood her motivations. I understood she went through a lot of crap, and I was just like, girl, you're a great anti-hero now. If this was an anti-hero thing, I would put her at the top. But yeah. Okay, Icarus from Eternals. This guy pissed me off. But he was a good villain, but if someone asked me to name villains, I would not remember to name him as one of the top ones, so he's gonna go in forgettable. So does the AI from Captain Marvel. Did not care for this lady at all, don't even remember her name. Gamora's sister, she was kind of spooky as a villain, but I'd say she's also a bit forgettable. But more towards the top, so less forgettable, but all the same, she wasn't like a good villain like some of these other ones. And then more of Thanos' goons, forgettable. I think one of these is Taskmaster, and the other one I don't know who, but both of these are forgettable regardless, so I'm gonna put them both in forgettable. And then this guy from, I don't know if it was Secret Invasion or another Captain America. I don't remember. Those two shows I'm always confused. But this guy was forgettable and this guy was forgettable. So there you have it.
Alright guys, so that is it for this tier ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like so I know to keep making tier ranking videos. And please comment down below who's your favorite Marvel villain in the cinematic universe. And please subscribe for more Marvel, more movies, more book content, vlogs. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye!